I'm now going to recognize the chairman of the full committee.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. The previous speaker talked about facts. Here's one fact I know. It's night and day dealing with the Bondi Patel Justice Department versus the Garland Ray Justice Department. Under the Pam Bondi as Attorney General, the Foreign Influence Task Force, that group that was responsible for censoring Americans, has been disbanded. The school board's memorandum has been rescinded. We sent 7 subpoenas to Kash Patel 5 weeks ago. The response we've gotten is unbelievable compared to what we got under the previous Justice Department. He's actually given us thousands of documents already, new information that we tried to get from Director Ray that he wouldn't give us. We've already received. We'll be talking.
Patriots, welcome back to the channel, where we defend freedom, fight for truth, and expose a swamp one video at a time. If you're sick and tired of the radical left weaponizing our government, today's video is going to light a fire in your soul. I just watched Representative Jim Jordan absolutely obliterate the Biden Justice Department in a way that every freedom-loving American needs to hear. This wasn't just a speech, this was a truth bomb dropped right in the middle of the deep state's backyard. Let's break this down, because what Jordan just exposed proves exactly what we've all been saying for years. There's a two-tiered system of justice in this country, one for them and one for us. Right out of the gate, Jim Jordan lays it out plain as day. The difference between the Trump DOJ and the Biden DOJ is night and day. And he's right. Under President Trump, the DOJ was about law and order. Now, it's about political revenge, censorship, and intimidation. Let's talk about this so-called Foreign Influence Task Force that Jordan said was censoring Americans. You heard that right, our own government was targeting free speech under the guise of national security. Under Trump, it was dismantled. Under Biden, you are the enemy if you question them.
We'll be talking about some of that. So that is the fact. Complete change from where we were with the previous Justice Department. The previous Justice Department, of course, that couldn't tell us who planted the pipe bombs, who leaked the Dobbs opinion, who put cocaine at the White House, couldn't tell us answers to those questions. But they had plenty of time to put together the memo to say we're going to investigate moms and dads at a school board meeting, as the chairman pointed out. They put together a memorandum. We've now learned it wasn't just in the Richmond field office, but in other field offices where they were equating pro-life Catholics to extremists. We know they raided the president's home. We know they retaliated against whistleblowers. They even put together, the previous speaker talked about politics. Politics, the FBI created a questionnaire where they asked their employees about other employees who were maybe giving information to us as whistleblowers. Did that person support Trump? That is as political as you can get. So the real thing here is it's literally night and day, the difference between the kind of information that we're able to receive, the help that we're getting, and the focus on going after traditional bad guys, not having half your agents and half your budgets focused on surveilling the American people. Let's go get the traditional bad guys. That's what Kash Patel is doing at the FBI, getting the FBI back to the mission they've had before, which I know some of our witnesses who served there are going to talk about. So I thank the chairman for putting this together, and I thank our witnesses for being here, and I yield back.
Remember when moms and dads were showing up at school board meetings to demand answers about CRT and mass mandates? The DOJ called them domestic terrorists. That's not justice, that's tyranny. And Jim Jordan just reminded the whole country that the Biden DOJ was more interested in cracking down on concerned parents than solving actual crimes. And what about those crimes? Pipe bombs on January 6th still unsolved. Cocaine in the White House, nothing. Leaked Supreme Court decision, silence. But they had all the time in the world to raid President Trump's home like he was El Chapo. You can't make this stuff up. That line hit me hard. Let's go get the traditional bad guys. Yes, that is what law enforcement is supposed to do. But instead, under Merrick Garland and Christopher Wray, the FBI has become the enforcement arm of the Democratic Party. They weaponize every tool to silence patriots, jail whistleblowers, and scare conservatives into submission. And let's talk about this whistleblower retaliation. The FBI literally created internal questionnaires asking agents if other employees supported Trump. That's political persecution. Folks, that's the kind of stuff that happens in China, not America. At least, not the America we love. Let me be clear, our Constitution does not give government the authority to police our thoughts or punish us for political views. The DOJ is supposed to uphold equal justice, not act like Biden's personal Gestapo. And Kash Patel, working with Jim Jordan and the committee, is doing what real patriots do. They're cleaning house, exposing corruption, and getting this country back on track. I'm proud of Jim Jordan, proud of Kash Patel, proud of every whistleblower willing to stand up to this madness. But folks, they can't do it alone. We the people need to rise up not with violence, but with voices, with votes, with vigilance. They want you silent. They want you afraid. They want you to sit down and obey. But we say, no, this is America. We do not bow to tyrants. We hold the line. If you love this country, if you believe in freedom, if you're done with the lies and the lawfare, stand with us. Share this video. Support the truth tellers like Jim Jordan. And never forget, the power is not in Washington, it's in us. Like, share, subscribe, and as always, stay bold, stay brave, and stay free. God bless you, and God bless the United States of America.